You hear the words and feel a small electric shift in your chest. Wander farther, dream bigger. They arrive like a bell at sunrise, clear, simple, unrelenting. In that instant, something loosens. A lens shifts, a map redraws itself. This phrase is both instruction and invitation. It asks you to move not just across miles, but across the quiet borders of your doubts. Hear it as a spark. Permission to push the edges of who you are, to carry curiosity beyond what you know, to let your heart expand into unknown landscapes. Hold that spark as a hush before you step forward. There are roads that teach you about steadiness, alleys lined with old brick, trailheads that smell of pine, bus rides where strangers exchange stories. Each ordinary choice to go further is an act of courage. When you take a different turn home, accept a new invitation, or stay up writing that long-held vision, you wander. These small wanderings are not aimless. They are deliberate rehearsals for the larger journey. With each step, your confidence grows like roots under a tree, unseen yet strengthening. Remember, distance isn't measured only in miles, but in willingness to risk the known, to ask for more, to notice the horizon. Let this willingness open the next door. Leaving can feel heavy, leaving a job, a city, a comfort, or an old version of yourself. But leaving is also a gentle act of faith. When you let go of routine ties that no longer serve, you create space for wild possibility. Imagine the breath you take as you stand at a threshold. It steadies you, centers you, and prepares you to dream larger than your former boundaries. This quiet courage becomes contagious. As you step, others see the path and begin to believe they can step too. Carry that hush of courage forward as we trace the maps made of yearning. You belong to a line of people who followed their curiosity and came back changed. Maybe it's your grandmother's story about taking a ship across an ocean, or a friend's late-night text about quitting to start anew. Those stories are not just entertainment, they are live wiring for your imagination. Each narrative nudges you to wonder what life would look like if you prioritized longing over fear. The quote, "Wander farther, dream bigger," is both an echo of those stories and an invitation to add your own chapter. Let those stories breathe through you as you imagine a bolder horizon. You are never truly alone on a quest of expansion. There are companions seen and unseen who carry wisdom, encouragement, or a simple smile that keeps you going. Community is not a crowd. It is a constellation of people offering bearings when you lose sight of the sky. When you share your plans, you invite others to join, correct, and cheer. Dreaming bigger becomes less frightening when it's collective. So reach out, share a sketch of your intention, and notice how the world rearranges itself to help. Keep that image of connected trails in your mind as we rise toward the summit of imagination. Risk is a language you will learn by speaking it. At first, the syllables stumble, hesitation, a careful retreat, but soon you form new sentences. I will try, I will fail and stand again, I will ask for help. Each attempt teaches you grammar of bravery. With practice, risk becomes a fluent part of your day, and dreaming larger feels natural rather than foreign. Embrace missteps as dialects of growth. They refine your voice and your map. Carry the vocabulary of boldness forward as we step into the heart of why your dreams matter. There comes a moment when your wandering and dreaming converge. A project that finally sees the light. A relationship that finally feels honest. A move that aligns with your truest self. This is the summit of imagination, the instant when possibility becomes plan. You will feel both awe and responsibility. Awe at what you can create, responsibility to steward it kindly. This is not the end of wandering. It is a new vantage from which to wander again, seeing farther and dreaming bolder. Hold that perspective as we ignite the most radiant part of this message. Sustaining a dream requires steady fuel, rituals that honor progress, the patience to rebuild after loss, and the humility to ask for navigation. Your fire is uneven at times, flickering, nearly extinguished, but with attention it flares. Celebrate small completions, midnights that turned into first drafts, flights that became stories, calls that became friendships. Each ember is evidence that you can tend what matters. This steady tending is how you wander farther without burning out, and how you keep daring to dream bigger. Let your fire warm the next stride. Imagine a hillside dotted with others like you, people who dared a little, who stumbled and rose, who offered a hand and were offered one back. Together you rise, not because the way is easy, but because the climb is worth it. The quote becomes a promise shared. We will wander farther, and we will dream bigger, not as isolated acts, but as a communal endeavor. When each person reaches higher, the horizon itself expands for everyone. Carry this shared ascent into your next decisions as we glide toward a tender, reflective return. When you return from wandering farther, you bring gifts, new stories, altered priorities, and a quiet confidence that settles in your chest like gold. Those gifts are not souvenirs. They are tools, lessons in how to live with more openness, how to choose courage over comfort, how to invite others in. Share them. Let your experiences become beacons for someone still standing at a threshold. The world changes when gifts are given freely, and your life becomes richer when you share the light you carried. Keep this generosity close as you prepare for a final reflection. Living by the words, wander farther, dream bigger is not a solitary creed, it's an offering. Each choice to show up boldly is an invitation for others to do the same. When you tell your story, mentor a friend, leave a door open, or model the messy work of dreaming, you create permission for more wandering, more dreaming, more belonging. Your life becomes a lighthouse, not by perfection, but by honest displays of trying again. Take this model with you as we weave the final lesson together. So, the lesson holds simple truth. To wander farther is to expand your field of possibility. To dream bigger is to honor the shape of your heart and to stretch it into action. You are invited, no, trusted to step beyond familiar edges, to practice curiosity, to tend your fire, and to lift others as you climb. If this message moved you, join us. Subscribe for more stories that fuel courage. Share this with someone who needs permission to step, and tell us in the comments how you will wander farther and dream bigger. Together we create a map that keeps growing. Subscribe, share, and speak your dream into being now.